everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Language, Litigation, and Integration, Part 155. Casual Conversation 73. Now we do it on these ones, keep trucking. I'm in the quest for constitutional rights. I'm your host, Bradley Bose. I'm being profoundly and extensively tortured. There's nothing I can do, there's nowhere I can go, and there's no one I can call. I'm going to be tortured until the day that I die, because people cannot change their behavior. Here is the law, here is the Constitution of the United States, here's international law. I have no idea what you're talking about, man. So I never get out of a family or a career because of this fucking shit. So I'll give you guys some more free theorems, some more things to think about, some more things to help you grow and to learn and to steal from me and to raise your kids on stolen property and care about literally nothing. Because will I ever live a minute of my fucking life? Absolutely fucking not. And so, again, I want to... subscriptions. Oh my goodness, it keeps... Okay, here we go. I can find them all now. So let's start off this one. I did want to do we'll do current events, talking points, relevant and random stories, and again, where the fuck is my money? I hate my life, it's disgusting. But I did want to give out some reviewing my YouTube subscriptions and shout-outs. These are all people I like. Again, if they weren't stealing from me, and if you're aware of my work to any capacity whatsoever, I have more respect for the dirt on the ground than your fucking life. So we got K Camp, artist, R&B artist, This Wild Life. I'm like a singer-songwriter type of band. There's two dudes, a guitarist, or they both play guitar and do vocals. The Weeknd, Young Nudie, Eddie Vandermeer, very good. Again, those are well-known rappers. Eddie Vandermeer is a fingerstyle guitarist from Dutch land area. Corey Wells music. He had a song that blew up pretty big on like either Candy Rat or something. I forget what it's called. It was a good one. Fame on Fire. Another band, kind of like metalcore screamo. Yours Truly, official band. Kind of like a punk rock from, I believe, Australia or New Zealand. 21 Savage, rapper from America. Migos ATL. Obviously, Quavo, Takeoff, and Offset. And Quavo just got killed. Or Takeoff just got killed. We'll talk about that. Strange Music. Tech Nine was a classic rapper. Kevin Gates. And wrote a song about me. He was venting to me on whatever. Hitting up 2 years go by and I still can't eat and sleep. So take that chain you made me and shove it up your ass, you fucking loser. The Amity Affliction. Kind of like a screamo band, again, metalcore. Moneybag Yo, Gucci Mane, rappers. Chris Brown, singer, R&B artist. The Beta Squad, kind of just like a lifestyle. They make fun games, do challenges and stuff. Kind of, I call them lifestyle podcasts or lifestyle groups. George Janko from Impulsive. The Breaking Bread podcast with Adam and Josh. I don't think they're good talkers. Again, Beard Meets Food, Breaking Bread podcast as the Adam. Leah Shipcaver, Food Challenge Lady. Dude Perfect, kind of like a lifestyle group. Selena Gomez, she can sit on my face. Flagrant, lifestyle podcast. BS with Jake Paul. Sports show, kind of lifestyle podcast. Jake Paul. Boxer, YouTube personality. Key Glock, rapper. Mike Maylock, lifestyle podcast. Quavo Honcho of the Migos. Scott Eats, food challenge guy. Randy Santel, the frickin' Atlas, and Katina Eats Kilos, food challenge. Couple. Chloe Chua, classical violinist. Joel Hansen, food challenge. The Compound, finance podcast. Beard Meets Food, Clearance Zero, food challenge. Beard Meets Food, Clearance Zero, lifter. Rick Beato, music appreciation channel. Impulsive lifestyle podcast. Shalma NYC, language dude, two set violin. Musicians, How Ridiculous. I like those types of channels. I was going to read all of them. I'll skip a lot of, I'll do the lesser known people, give shout outs. Furious Pete, Skippy62 Abel, LA Beast, Food Challenge, Furious Pete, Food Challenge, weightlifter kind of guy. Official Boozy, Luke Combs, Anne Marie, she can sit on my face, musician. Ice Nine Kills, Screamo Band, John A-Light, Cole McGinnis, Rachel Hardy, Juicy J, Edward Ong, who's a lesser-known fingerstyle guitarist. Our Last Night, Screamo Band, Marcin, Polish guitarist, Tank, R&B, musician, Lil Wayne, Wheezy F Baby, and the F is for Phenomenal. The Longest Johns, kind of a shanty band out of England, I believe. Bad Bunny, Jody High Roller, the Neon Icon, obviously one of the greatest lyricists of all times. 2 Chainz, Titty Boy, the Bunnymen, which I don't think they've dropped anything recently. Gabriella, 9797, fingerstyle guitarist. I believe she is of Mexican descent in Swedeland. So the Salvatore, Sammy the Bull, Motionless in White, Stellenbosch University Choir. It's a very good choir out of South Africa. John Gome, OG in fingerstyle guitar. Ritz, a rapper from kind of the strange music region. I'm almost done. Let's go through all of them. I am Johnny Craig, a vocalist. Bro Science Life, kind of a lifestyle parody thing with Dom Mazzetti. I don't think that's his actual name. Michael Franzese, Mob Dude, speaker. Sammy Always, R&B singer. Efficient Jagged Edge, Moskoshi Kazashi Horde. Just a choir out of Russia. Otavio, a Russian band. Gray, a Russian metal band. Otavio is like a folk band. Gray is just like a metal band. Like them both. The Gray has really good breakdowns. Fall Time for the Screamos. Djembe Matt. This guy has like way more subscribers than me. He's probably like 100. But I thought this was a good fingerstyle djembe drummer. And it's a very small channel. He doesn't upload super much. But go follow Djembe Matt. Tulia, a Polish vocal group. Sung Ha Jung, South Korean fingerstyle guitarist. Breaking Benjamin. Billy Strings, guitarist. Skald is a music band out of, I don't know, Sweden, Norway, Finland, somewhere in that area. Anglo-Saxon, somewhere there. Young Dolph, that dude's dead. One of my favorite rappers. Nick Johnston, fingerstyle guitarist. Laboratorium Piesny, Polish singing. Tautumetas, Latvian singers. Luka Strikagnoli, probably one of the better fingerstyle guitarists I've ever heard. If I had to pick the best 3 fingerstyle guitarists, or just guitarists in general, I would probably pick Alexander Misko, which he's coming up on here. Luca Strigagnoli, who's Italian. Alexander's Russian. And Ewan Dobson, which he's coming up here too. But I would say the most, I don't know why, I don't know if I skipped him, but he's coming up. Ewan Dobson, which I believe he's an American, either that or Canadian. But I would say he's probably, out of all things considered, Luca Strigagnoli, Alexander Misko, both very impressive technically. But if I had to pick one, I would say Ewan Dobson to me is the best. Again, I think he has longer fingernails, so I think he is fingerstyling as opposed to flat picking with a guitar pick. But just his lines are so clean, and the technicality of his fretting hand, to me, Ewan Dobson is probably the best. I think he's got like 70,000 YouTube subscribers. So definitely go check out that dude. Alexander Misko and Luca Strigagnoli are more popular, but definitely check them out as well. I'd probably say those are my top 3. Marcin's up there as well, the Polish dude, but he just puts a little too much. When you start acting like, again, as a musician myself, when people start doing like super emotional, like feeling the beat type of deal, it's like the person who doesn't play musical instruments like, oh wow, look how into it they are. And to me, it's just like, you stop being so extra, bro. So Marcin's a little extra, certainly a good guitarist, but definitely go follow those 3 or 4 people. Celtic Woman Official, choir out of Ireland, the High Kings, which I don't think they're producing music anymore, but that was a group out of Ireland or that area. Torvesta RuneScape, gotta love some old school RuneScape. Slamerican, Yellow Wolf, always gotta fuck with Yellow Wolf. Ozuna, massively popular Latino artist. Tom Lieb, fingerstyle guitar, I think he was a vocalist, hasn't uploaded much. Jacqueline Davies, she was a good vocalist, hasn't uploaded in a while. Tobias Rauscher, I believe a German fingerstyle guitarist. Alexander Misko, Ewan Dobson, and Machine Gun Kelly. So I think there's 97 subscriptions. I believe I read them all. But those are just pretty much just, again, musicians, kind of like lifestyle podcast, like How Ridiculous Dude Perfect, kind of just like smashing stuff, just like real life experiments. And then musicians I like, or the podcast, or the food challenges. So those are the people that I really enjoy on YouTube. Again, I will watch Mr. Beast videos. I watched a Nelk video yesterday. Didn't really do much for me. But those are the people I follow on YouTube. So just again, legitimately my constitutional and human rights are violated to the point of actual literary torture. So again, people probably think I'm screaming or yelling, and I literally don't scream or yell, but it's disgusting. My life is just fucking disgusting, and it can't ever change. So I wanted to do something positive, but again, if you know who I am, and you're a famous person, and you refuse to pay me my money, and I can't sleep and eat at night, Kevin Gates, I don't want to fucking change, bro. Fuck you, man. Just treat me like a fucking human being that deserves decency and fucking respect. And the answer is no. So fuck everybody. Jordan Peterson released a song or something. It's called Parents Lament, An ABC of childhood tragedy. Yikes. Go check that one out. Jordan Peterson can't speak words, now he's going to sing. So I think we had 6 vocalists on this track. And yeah, I'd rather kill myself, to be fucking honest. It was, Jordan Peterson had a fun time making some music. This sounded like some weird shit. It sounded like more like a spoken word chant poetry attempt thing. Yeah, the parents lament. You take Jordan Peterson and his weird family, and that's what you get out of it. Some word salad and some weird shit. So yeah, that's a great song. So definitely not recommending that as a good song. Danae versus Dunno. Hey, what are you doing today? I don't know. Hey, I Danae can't do that. Squash people Twitter. I Danae. So I don't know, just another linguistic thing that popped out to me. Like Dunno, I don't know. Danae, I believe. In proper context, I can always read it fine, but Danae, I think it's don't know as well. Or I didn't know, maybe. I Danae that. I didn't know that. So, again, I saw that on Scottish people Twitter, but again, just linguistically, the functionality of Danae and Dunno. As an English speaker, we say that I don't know. So I Danae. Out and about, up in Canada. Danae, Dunno. What are you doing? Dunno, Danae. 150 crushed to death in a stampede at a Halloween festival in South Korea. That shit's always fucking sucks. And I don't go to crowded areas because I know friends first and foremost, but I have no interest in being around other fucking people. Nobody knows how to fucking behave. But they described seeing rows and rows of faces. They showed, like, I just watched on CNN, like the roadway. So it was just like a pretty narrow road. And so people someone panics and they fall forward, and the next person falls on top of them, and they fall on top of them, and the first responders just see a bunch of faces, and then people probably just suffocate or, get squished so much they just can't breathe whatsoever. So again, I don't know the proper protocols to avoid crushing crowds in groups. I don't know, wide base. Don't go into a crowd to start with. Wide base, have easy access to leave. But again, I'm never the person. I would never have been, never will be the one pushing up to be in the front row of a concert. Granted, I should be the one giving concerts at this point, but I've never been a huge fan of crowds. Never been against crowds. But panic in the crowd setting is just if you get wrong place, wrong time, you're pretty much fucked. So that sucks for the people in South Korea. Nope. 100 plus dead in multiple car bombs in Somalia. 300 plus injured. I believe this was the deadliest attack since about 4 years ago at the same intersection with another car bomb in Somalia. Somalia, for some geographic reference, is the Horn of Africa, which, fun fact for my illiteracy, I thought the Horn of Africa was Cape Town in South Africa. I thought the Horn of Africa was literally like the tip of South Africa, not Somalia and Ethiopia. Because Somalia is the border of Ethiopia. So the Horn of Africa is Somalia. I didn't know that. I always thought when they said, Somali pirates, but I always thought literally like South Africa, not Somalia, not Somalia. Somalia being the pirates, not being the Horn of Africa. But that was good. Another again. U.S. definitely takes the cake in mass shootings, but car bombs, I don't know. Somalia might be up there. I don't know who's leading the Olympics in car bombs. We have 75 dead in India from a bridge collapse. Saw a brief video of that. Again, this is really rickety bridge. A bunch of people on the bridge that start swinging. Some dude in a white shirt starts swinging the bridge more. So I was like, those fucking retards. That obviously fucking sucks. And that was another kind of like thought I always had. Like, I'm in Columbus, Ohio, would go to Cedar Point. I just always remember as a little kid, going there, I was like, who's really checking this shit to make sure like nothing really fucks up? Like, your safety harness coming down on top thrill dragster, which they're shutting down after someone got like hit, a piece of metal flew off and hit her in the head or something. But they're shutting that down. But I always remember literally on that specific ride, just being like, or the Millennium Force, being like, what really stops this shit from flinging off? And then you go to the Ohio Fair into like 2016, and one of the carnival rides kills a dude. So it's just like going on a rickety bridge in India, and then the dude starts swinging all around. This sucks. Just like again, people, gas leaks that explode, or walking down the street and a construction drops a piano on your head like the Looney Tunes. Those types of shit just always fucking sucks. But that's life again. A couple stories. I'll get to those at the end. The history of Halloween and my first trick-or-treat as a homeowner. Well, so that's a story as well. But I did trick-or-treat for the first time yesterday. So that was fun. Probably had a pretty good turnout. Thought I got too much candy. Got pretty much just a little too much, but right around a good healthy amount. Trying to just pull up some fun facts. Halloween. I was more focused on the linguistics. But Halloween, less known as All Halloween. Or All Hallows Eve, or All Saints Eve, is a celebration observed in many countries on 31st of October, the eve of the Western Christian feast of All Hallows Day. It begins the observance of All Hallowtide, the time of the liturgical year dedicated to remembering the dead, including saints, hallows, martyrs, and the faithful departed. And so the big linguistic thing of the history that I want to cover here was, again, Our Father who art in heaven, hallow, Allah, Allah, allow, hollow, empty. Names are hollow. We hear echoes in our voices. But this was another direct linguistic derivation from Aaron, God, but again translating another word, hollow and paradise, right? Jesus on the cross says, "Today, brother, we will be in paradise." The prophet translated the word paradise, paradise. Paradise is an analogy to heaven, is an analogy to utopia, is an analogy to... There's three of these. I keep fucking forgetting them off the top of my head. I've been doing this outside too. But linguistically, this is certainly, again, naming of All Halloween, Valhalla, Halal, no haram, halal, in Salhalla, All Halloween. And so this is it gives me a big remembrance of past souls translated again from all cultures. Literally the first, and again in the Lord's Prayer, hallowed be thy name type of deal. So just a celebration of respect for those that passed, but again extremely interesting for me on the translation and historical evolution and etymological roots of Halloween. All Hallows Eve, hallowed be thy name. But Trick or Treat was fun. So yeah, I did that. That was fun stuff. So, applying to be an extra on a Robert De Niro mob movie called Wise Guys. I don't know, it just popped up on my thing a couple days ago. Someone sent in my thing, but Wise Guys extras at Gmail, you'll be getting my application. It said if you looks like a New York mobster in the 1950s. I have a picture from Halloween several years ago on my Instagram. Granted, like right now I'm probably like 180 pounds, waking up about 180, eating dinner pretty well. But that picture on Instagram was probably, I don't know, in street weight probably 220, 225, probably about 212 to 215. So about 30 pounds down from that, but I can definitely play the gangster role a little bit. I don't know if I fit the attire of a New York mobster in the 1950s, but it just says, looks like a size, send in some pictures and see if you can be an extra. And it's in Cincinnati, so if I can be an extra in a movie before people notice who I am, when I should be writing movie deals myself, this would be pretty fun. But I'm sure if I'm Brad Bowes and I put myself out into the world, the answer is no response. So that's the fun thing about people who don't know who I am, is I still get denied by every single fucking person the instant I express myself to anybody. So that's always fun. Mortgage rates top 7%, highest in 20 years. Uh-oh, guys. Again, my house right now, a couple economics points. You'd probably buy, again, a lot of the houses in my neighborhood, again, you can tell they're the exact same build. So you'd probably buy the exact house I have now that I bought for $349. In end of July, probably get the same exact house for probably about $330. So probably paid $20,000 over. I don't give a fuck. So I just needed a place to stay. And now again, the thing I don't like about apartments is a management team that thinks they're your mom and your landlord, or your mom and your boss at the same time. And so I need to be able to take health care because I need to be able to sleep because I don't have constitutional rights, so I needed to get out of that. And you never know when the next fucking idiot's going to come along. It's bought a house, but now I have property insurance and way more chores, so it's like quality of life is just the same, if not less. My life just gets fucking worse. I would like my life to get better. I'd like to make more money, have more freedom, make choices for myself, not live on liberty poverty level trying to get the fuck out of here. And the answer is no. But yeah, if you're privileged and you have to worry about a mortgage, if you can put down this amount of money and have to pay this amount. If someone gave me a time frame, I could have done that, or I would have traveled. If someone gave me a time frame within 5 years, I would not have bought a house. I would have bought a nice truck, a nice trailer, and then camped around and done my videos that way. But I am not allowed to experience happiness or make a single choice for myself. So again, if you have a family and you're struggling to save up for a down payment, just enjoy your privileged life, seriously. Twitter considers $20 a month service to receive a blue check mark, currently based on popularity. Yeah, I think that would deteriorate the blue check mark again. The only thing that matters in life is not being a good person. It's not having value. It's not having a skill set. It is being popular. So if you can get popular and you get a nice little blue check mark and now people give a fuck what you say, I know, good for you, privileged people. $20 a month, I think, would deteriorate any sort of, this is a celebrity, this is a famous person. A lot of people know who this is, but is that a good thing in general? I don't know. I think again, as a statement of society, if you're more popular, you've done something to gain attention. Hopefully it's a good thing, but there's no values here, so it's like, being popular is not a bad thing, being recognized for being popular is not a bad thing, being popular in a society with no values is a stagnant thing. And we're still stagnated, still doing that, nothingness. So I think it's a bad financial move for the utility of the service. But with Elon, we need to make money somehow after our shitty sync joke. Who cares? Michael Drake returns to OSU to unveil his presidential portrait. Fucking hilarious. That guy should be in fucking prison years ago. But hey, you commit treason, you violate another person's constitution, human rights to the point where they can't have a family or career, they go homeless and sell drugs for years, and then they solve all the science, and then we deny all the constitutional rights again. Now we get a portrait, and we don't go to prison for that. And it's so funny, because again, these things go by, and I stopped thinking about it. I was like, I forgot about Michael fucking Drake, and I hate the motherfucker. And now he's getting respect and reward again after committing the worst error in academic history ever in human history. He takes a $30,000 pay cut and goes makes $1 million a year over at Cal Berkeley, or the California school system, as opposed to Ohio State. I hate Ohio State. Again, as a statement of a victim of crime, I hate you fucking people. You snuffed out my life, you steal my fucking property, and you won't let me go to court and just leave, you fucking freak shows. I hate Columbus, Ohio. It's ruined my life. But Michael Drake gets a presidential portrait. Go Buckeyes, man. What's in my headphones? A couple of singles popped up, Then It Ends. This is they only got like 50,000 monthly subscribers or monthly listeners on Spotify, coming from a guy who has 4. I think maybe 3. Maybe a slow month this one. Might be down to 1. So again, I say 50,000 monthly listeners as I would be Cartman cream pieing all over myself, creaming my pants everywhere if I could get that many. But any person that is not scapegoated to the point of slavery, that's very little. I thought their last 3 singles were very good: Bitter, Anxiety, and Chasm. So I definitely recommend you go listen to Then It Ends. It's again like a metalcore screamo rock band type of deal. And again, I literally had Only Built for Infinity links, which is Quavo and Takeoff's new album. I think I already referenced this maybe, but the Hotel Lobby song, that's definitely a slapper. And obviously last night, Migos rapper Takeoff was killed playing dice outside a bowling alley at 2:30 a.m. So you can't be caught slipping at the gas station, and you can't be caught slipping at the dice game. But I don't know if he was playing or involved. Obviously doesn't need the money to be playing dice. Maybe just hanging out with friends. But I don't know the exact specifics, but I think there was 5 shots fired. One of them hit him in the head or near the head and killed him on sight. And I don't think there was no video, at least none that I could find. I like the Migos. I don't know. A couple of their songs are definitely talk about shooting, but I don't know exactly Takeoff's involvement in the shoot 'em up game on the north side. But that sucks, obviously. But I just don't know the involvement in the exact scenarios. So now just a couple stories to finish up. My adventures as a painter. Why the fuck is everything impossible? So again, I'm not a super handyman, but again, a lot of skills to me. Again, I have all the time in the world. I have YouTube. I'm a pretty competent person. By pretty competent, I mean I can prove anything. I learn logic intuitively, instinctually. And then I go try to read somebody else's or listen to somebody else teach me something, and then it just works out, and I literally can't functionally do it. And so, again, like I said, I have a leaky toilet. there's only a couple things you do. You can lower the level of how much water's in the back of the toilet. You can make sure the flapper's not cracked or sealed, or cracked or broken. You can make sure the chain's not too long or too short. And you can make sure that the refill valve isn't misplaced too low or something. So you do all of those things and it still leaks, and you're like, there's not like a lot of options to do. And it's like, call a professional plumber. It's like, why the fuck can't I just do basic shit? And I'm trying. Like, actually, I don't get mad, I don't get angry. I research things and it just doesn't fucking work. So again, I'm gonna go painting. Yeah, again, not a hard thing. Again, the first thing is, again, I have to move because, HQ Flats says, we're gonna have Michael Jameson commit intimidation and fraud anytime we want, because we just do whatever the fuck we want because we think we're your landlord and your mom and your boss all at the same time, and we have a lease, which is a mutual agreement, but there's no way for the tenant to enforce anything, especially when I literally don't have access to court. But the American Freight people, I had 2 orders of furniture, one from Ashley Furniture and one from American Freight, which is an American furniture company. And the American Freight dudes, he says, and I quote after taking the stuff upstairs, "We have good news and bad news. There's no damage to the walls, just dirt." Which again, neither of those is a big deal. It wasn't, but then I look at the walls and there's clearly damages. There's clearly a big couple, like 3 or 4 small dents in the fucking wall. And so I didn't have to use the mesh repair kits. I just used the spackling, put the spackling on there. I let it dry for 24 hours. I sanded it down so it's flush with the wall. When I had my TVs installed, some of the old bracketing, I had old mounts removed to put the mounts on there that can like move a little bit, you can tilt them and stuff. And so when they took off the old brackets, some of the paint was peeling off. And so my whole house was painted the same shade of white. I take some of the peeling thing from behind the TV, go into Lowe's, I say, "Hey Joe, here's this color, I need a gallon of paint." He says, "No problem." About 10 minutes, I get my gallon of paint. I come back, it says, wet paint is a little different tone than dry paint. So I think I'm doing everything right. And then I start painting the wall. I think I got all the dirts covered, feeling good, feeling like a productive day. And then wake up the next morning, and it's definitely the wrong shade of white. So this is like right in my hallway area where like I can't really paint the whole thing to make it the same color of white that I just got. I don't want to. I want to make it, I'm not trying to live here for a long time. I'm not trying to be artistically creative. I just don't want dirt on the fucking wall. And I go to Lowe's and I say, "Here's the paint color." And then I call Lowe's back up and he's like, "I can't guarantee you the right tint of paint." And I literally started laughing and it was 0 tense, 0 mad. It was $50 of paint, 3 hours of my fucking time, what the fuck ever. But how do I get the right shade of paint? People paint things all day, every fucking day, one of the most common shit ever. And he's like, "Well, I can't guarantee you the right tint." Still does not answer the question, how do I get the right color paint to paint my fucking wall? And again, it's not like Joe fucked up. I didn't fuck up. They put it into a computer. It reads the color and it mixes the paint for you. So why the fuck is everything impossible? I go to Lowe's and have them, "Here's your right color of paint," and it's the wrong color of paint. What the fuck do I do? So I don't know. Having my dad come over, one of those walls smells like shit, and it was like, my mom's like, "If you have a painter, have them fix the drywall," because handymans cost a whopping $50 to $60 an hour. I under budgeted furnishing my house by 50 grand, so I have to spend another $1,000. I don't fucking care. But Mother Dearest, well, make sure you don't spend too much money. It's my fucking money, and my property's fraudulently devalued. Please help me make more money, as opposed to tell me to spend less when I live at poverty level. And I want to die because I don't have fucking constitutional rights. And I know thousands of people, hundreds of families, who won't do fucking dick to help me whatsoever. And then they go to companies and steal from me. And then Nate Lewis says, "I have no idea what you're talking about. Don't call my dad a coward. Your dad is a fucking pussy. He's a criminal." But hey, there are no rules in this country besides don't offend pathetic people. And so, American Freight saying there's no damage to the walls, LOL. And then painting, just like, the fuck? So again, I'm just gonna go try again. Just keep trying. Give it the old college try for 69 tries. But again, if a company sells 1 million products and one is defective, I'm gonna buy the defective one. If I'm nice to 1 million people and nobody makes a single friend, I'm gonna be the person who makes no fucking friends. If you go to school for 15 years and tell your parents, your guidance counselors, your teachers who are not learning anything while getting perfect grades, they'll say, "We don't give a fuck, torture." I am the one person that I am just tortured instinctually. Fuck Brad. Simply because of my presence, simply because of my tonality of my voice. It's my normal speaking voice, it's my normal presence. I'm a very jovial person, and I don't like getting tortured. And I've been tortured every single minute of my entire life. And so I'm gonna go get another sample size of paint, and again, a 3-hour project has now turned into 3 fucking days. So my God. But I'll just go get another sample size, paint over, hopefully get the right tint this time, paint over the wrong tint, and see if it's the right tint, and if not, just fucking dynamite. Good God, man, you can't do anything in this world, nothing works. There's not a single competent person at one fucking thing on this fucking planet besides me. Not fucking one person. And so, daylight versus soft white descriptions of light bulbs. But they said watching paint dry is the most boring thing in the earth or world. That's like a phrase. It's like watching paint dry. And I just wrote, shit. I was hype as fuck watching my paint dry, bro. I was like, this shit gonna come out the right tone. I was all hype. I was like, I just did Bob the Builder, Brad blue collar shit. I just painted my fucking wall. I feel productive as fuck tomorrow. Shit. Now I painted it the wrong color. I don't know how to do now. So watching paint dry is way more exciting than you would think. And it sucks when it dries the wrong color. But daylight versus soft white descriptions for light bulbs. This is another interesting thing. Again, other human beings have no idea how to use words correctly, and there's word salad. So daylight versus soft white. When I look at like my light bulb here for my recording, I call that white light. It looks whiter. And again, this is momentum, right? Remember I'm telling you the thing we call light should be called momentum? This is an example of this being fucked up in real empirical evidence. Daylight versus soft white. I think soft white is going to be whiter than daylight, seeing as daylight is yellow from the sun. But soft white is more yellow-orange, and daylight is more white, if you're buying light bulbs. So it's shit you need to know. And so, yeah, that was true. And so today, that's really my only things. But again, I just hate doing this shit, man. Like, I should be at a place where again, seeing Takeoff dead at 28, watching their entire come up, be famous for a while, and that motherfucker was younger than me. And I've been working this level, this rate of derivation for 22 continuous fucking years for real. Not an inch of fucking progress. And so what did I do today? I'm gonna get my dad's counseling on some handyman things. Again, just odds and ends. Again, I have a sink that doesn't have a downspout, a couple of toilet that leaks. One in my bedroom kind of leaks, but if I shake the handle, it goes away pretty quick. Again, I pulled the door frame off a little bit. My paint's all fucked up now. Don't know how to dispose of paint. Like, I have a brand new car, an open paint can, and I just have the most catastrophic envisionments of having a paint can anywhere in my fucking car. But like, I have like a paint tray, and there's just like paint in it, and there's still enough volume of paint in there where it's like drying. It's like, I don't know how to properly dispose of paint. I'm just gonna dump it in the grass or dump it in my trash can. So I have to figure out how to dispose of paint. Some of my doors don't close all the way, so I don't know how to warp doors. I don't know how to fix that shit. God, fuck me. But I went to the DMV today. Had a good experience at the DMV. Got license plates, I had temporary tags in my car, go in there for new license plates and renew my driver's license. I didn't really need to renew my driver's license, but I wanted to get the one where you can like travel within the US without a passport thing. So, but you can't renew your driver's license until it's going to expire within 90 days. So I couldn't renew the driver's license, but I got my license plates and registration done with under 15 minutes. So Pataskala DMV is the best BMV experience I've had. Shout out to you guys. So that's really it. Again, I am so sick of doing this shit, man. I'm really not, though. I'm just sick of it being stolen. Though I've never had a career. My old neighbor Adam, who's from Pataskala. I went to the Pataskala BMV, man. How's your kids enjoying school? They learning stuff in math class and history class and science class and like economics and art and all this other stuff and music? It's all me. Why are you still working hard? Because still nobody pays me my fucking money. It's the most degrading things ever. I can't make a single choice for myself, and I never have. Again, going to school was, for my entire childhood, was not a choice I made for myself. The state and my parents made that choice for me. Going to college was not a choice I made. It was a choice my parents' groups of insecurities made for me. And then I can't collect my property, and so I can't make a single financial choice for myself. And I live off a loan off of my company, which is fraudulently devalued. So I can't make any sort of financial choices. I can't make sort of any familial choices. Because I can't get a girlfriend or socialize to any capacity. I can't make the choice for healthcare. I can't make the choice to remove myself from a criminal enterprise that is the United States of America. So again, it's just fucking hilarious. Oh, one more interaction on Twitter. Again, this is another funny thing, and just again of pure people getting offended and pure hypocrisy. So I hate Twitter. Like, I just want to find the fucking conversations of the tweets I made. And so Jeremy Kenyon Lockyer Corbell is again aware of my research, trying to disclose you information, and being a complete fucking pussy, as well as being a terrible human being. And so I just responded to one of Jeremy Corbell's as someone with direct evidence on multiple fucking levels, and we are going to use the world governments that they're lying about. But he says, what's to come, just a tweet from Jeremy Corbell and his reply, coward. And Jeremy Corbell is 100% aware of who the fuck I am. And then someone called Skeptical Believer says, who and why? And I said, Jeremy Corbell. I have direct evidence of more than a silver bullet, and he won't reply. Coward. Yeah, then release it. Why do you need Jeremy involved? Because it's the world government. I have 46 YouTube subscribers. And they're the ones with the fucking real fucking data. I have them verifying it. I have them talking it. I have a good amount of evidence. But it's just like they have HD. They're the ones, I'm not flying fighter jets. I'm not going, right, you can't square the circle, but you can put a cube in the sphere. Aliens don't exist, guys. No UFOs. Any senior, anybody. Those don't exist. Faggots. But I just said, why do you need Jeremy involved? Because he goes on Joe Rogan. Jeremy has a public audience. And he's still a fucking pussy, liar, thief, fraudulent conspiracy racketeer. He's a coward, a terrible human being. But this is the funny part, is like, Jeremy's going for disclosure, Skeptical Believer wants disclosure, say, here, I have the facts, and so does the government, so they've confirmed it 30 different times in person. Who will release it? Fuck you, man. I am not allowed to socialize with anybody. And again, these again, aliens and UFOs is such a drop-down menu to my fucking research, I don't give a fuck. These people, this is like their whole life's like realization. It's like, oh, UFOs are real. It's like, no fucking shit, you fucking retards. All I want you to be is not be an arrogant human being thinking we're the center of life. When we weren't the center of the universe 500 years ago, we weren't the center of life ever. So, but Jeremy has an audience. I said, LOL, world governments in person with $10 million publicly for a demonstration. We're going to bring our water bottles up, just like in 2017, when the instruments to contact extraterrestrial life might be in the hands of all of us, because it is, and we're going to go in there, we're going to zoom in there, we're going to look at the aliens. You want disclosure, enforce the law. Again, you type normal sentences into things, they're going to auto-correct it into shitty things. I typed, you want disclosure, enforce the law. And it came out as, you want disclosure, enforcement the law. I said, what's your badge number and where do your children sleep? Because this person strikes me as a fucking fed, saying release it. He says, deflect instead of answering the question, cute. $10 million is deflection? For a public demonstration, that's deflection? Oh, no, it's a coward. But again, it's like, again, he just doesn't like I offended his cult leader, Jeremy. Why do you need Jeremy? Because he has an audience. Again, through 2.5 years of continuous ongoing interactions with law enforcement of every country on this fucking planet, interacting with me at every fucking level, every audio recording fucking done, nowhere to publish it, I don't give a fuck to. I want you guys in prison or dead in jail for treason and stealing my property and forming the biggest conspiracy and racket that has ever occurred. And I don't give a fuck about the UFO or aliens. Publish my fucking paper and stop fucking legalize cannabis. Past that, you guys are causing so much death and suffering, you just don't fucking care because you can. So, rot in the filth that you fucking made. So thank you for watching Language, Litigation, and Integration Part 155, Casual Conversation 73. See you in the next one.